Hey guys, hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the solution of aptitude questions. These are all memory based questions, whatever I remember. So out of 20, I remember 18 of them, and those 18 solutions we are going to do. Okay, those 18 questions we are going to understand. Some of them I'll just tell you what will be the answer for them, and some of them I'll explain you how to solve them. Okay. So let's start with it. The first question was asked from the graph basis, and it was like, which graph correctly shows the distance in the arbitrary units between the two longitudes 1 degree apart along the latitude being considered. Now for this you have to understand that if this is, let's say this is Earth, okay, and if you draw, so longitudes are like this, okay, they are horizontal, and sorry, these are latitudes, and longitudes are like from North Pole to South Pole. Okay, so if let's say this is the two longitude, they will be like this, right? These are the two longitude, and let's say they are 1 degree apart. So these are the two longitudes between which we have to look upon, and let's say the latitude we have to look. So this is equator. Okay, this is equator. So equator is 0 degree. As soon as you move over here, the angle increases. Okay, so let's say this is your 15 degree. Okay, I'm just taking it as 15 degree, let's say, and this will be your 30 degree, then this is your 45 degree, okay, and this is your 60 degree, let's say. Okay, what we have to look upon is the distance between these two longitudes. So we are looking upon these distances. Okay, we are looking upon this distance. Okay, so you will see that the distance is greater over here. This is bigger distance, and as soon as the angle increases, or as soon as the value of the latitude which was given on the x-axis, as soon as this value increases, the distance between these two longitude is decreasing. So initially it is bigger and it is decreasing, but it won't be exponential decrease. Okay, it will be a parabolic decrease. So option number C is correct. Okay, that's the correct equation. So C should be the correct option for this. If you have done it correctly, good, fine. Let's take the next question. It says that Shyam buys a watch at 10% discount at its MRP. He sells to Mohan for rupees 3960, making profit of 10%. What is the MRP of it? Okay, so for this, let us consider few things. Okay, let MRP of watch is X rupees. Okay, is X rupees, let's say. So if let's say the cost price of for Mohan, sorry, for Shyam, so what was the cost price of the watch? So that was MRP 10% discount of that. So 10x minus 10% of x, that means x minus 10% of x means 10 upon 100 into x. If you solve this, you will get x minus 0.1x, or you can say 0.9x. that is the cost price of which Shyam has got. Selling price is already given to you, it is rupees 3960. So the profit is calculated as selling price minus cost price, right? And a profit percent is calculated as selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100. That's how we calculate profit percent. So if you substitute the values, so the selling price is 3960 minus cost price is 0.9x divided by 0.9x. remember, we have to calculate x, okay, and into 100. its value is given to you as 10. Okay, its value is 10 already given to you. So if you solve this, let me just do it on this side. So this whole thing becomes, if you multiply this with 10, so this becomes 9x, and this 100 is divided by this, okay, over here, or so this is going to become 3960 minus 0.9x. if you solve this, this becomes 0.09x is equals to 3960 minus 0.9x. if you bring it this side, it becomes 0, it will get added. 0.99x is equals to 3960, and x will be 3960 divided by 0.99. now you have to use your calculator, and that was provided in the exam. Okay, many of you are telling me in the comment that the calculator was not provided. Please, like, I guess you might have checked. In case if you have not checked, you probably might have missed, but the calculator was there. Okay, so if you divide with it, your x will come up 4000. Okay, so the MRP of the watch was 4,000 and option B is correct option for this. All right. Fine, let's take the next question. It says that the floor shown in the figure is to be covered with square tiles. This is the floor shown over here. If all the tiles are to be of the same size, what is the smallest number of the tile that will do the job? Okay, and remember that you have to use square tiles. Okay, so whenever you have certain things over here like this, you have to see those numbers. Okay, these numbers of or the length which are given to you, you have to look for the highest common factor of them. Okay, a number which can divide all of them, biggest number that can divide all of them, and that number will be the size of the square which can be used. Okay, so 12, 18, 24 and 30, these all can be divided by 3 also, and it can, all of them can be divided by 6 also. Now 6 is a bigger number, so that's why HCF will be 6 over here. So the square which we will be using, the square tiles which we will be using is going to have 6 meter length. Okay, it should be having 6 meter of size. Now they are not asking the size of the or the side of the square, they are asking that the smallest number of the tiles. Okay, the smallest number of tiles will only come if you take the biggest common factor or highest common factor tiles. Okay, then only you will get smallest number of tiles. So that means now you have to find out the area of this and divide that with the area of the square tile. So number of tiles will be area of floor divided by area of square tile. Okay, square tile. Now area of floor, for this you can just join this up, and this is now becoming a rectangle and a square. So area of floor will be, this will be a rectangle, length is 24, width is 18, so area will be 24 into 18, 24 into 18 for this particular part. And for this part, since this is kind of a square only, right, because if this is total 30 and this is 18, so this part itself becomes 12 meter, right? Then only 12 plus 18 will be total 30, right? So this is now a square, so plus 12 into 12. Okay, and divide this whole by area of square tile will be 6 into 6. Okay, now use your calculator, either you can multiply and then solve. So 24 multiplied by 18 is going to give you 432, and if you multiply 12 with 12, you are going to get 12 with 12 should give you 144, and 6 into 6 is 36. So numerator is going to give me, if I add them, so 432 is going to give me 576 divided by 36, so that should give me 16 as the answer. Okay, so I should get 16 as the answer. So option D is correct for this. Okay, it was easy question, this was easy one. But just the only thing was you have to find out HCF, that was the tricky part. Okay, fine. Next question was a good one. Okay, now the question says that the product of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, okay, till 51, if you are multiplying it till 51, what they are asking is it will end with how many zeros? Okay, see, to answer such question, first of all you have to look upon that how many multiple of 5 are there. Okay, from 1 to 51, how many multiple of 5 are there? So multiple of 5 will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. These are the numbers, and see, because you have even numbers, so all of these are going to give you some value which will end with 0. Okay, all of these are going to give you some value which ends with 0. Now these are 10 multiples, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are 10 multiples of 5. Also there is one more multiple of 5, which is 25 and 50. These are additional numbers which are basically multiple of 25, and this 25 also, when multiplied with a even number, is going to give you a multiple of 10, right? 25 multiplied by 2 will give you 50, 25 multiplied by 4 is going to give you 100, 25 multiplied by 6 will give you 150. So this is going to give you a multiple of 10 again, and 50 is also going to give you multiple of 100 again, sorry, a multiple of 10 again. So these two are additional those factors which are going to give you multiple of 10. So 2 more. So total how many zeros we will get? So from these 10 factors we will get 10 zeros, and from these additional you will get 2 more zeros. So total you should have 12 zeros. It should end with 12 zeros. Okay, so to do such question, the only thing is anywhere, in any number, or in any case, if they ask you that how many zeros it will end, so you have to first of all count how many multiples of 5 are there. Okay, and then those multiple of 5 will be the number of zeros which you will get. Now along with that, because 25 is also a multiple of 5, okay, which is additional factor of 5, then you have to find out the multiple of 25s also. Okay, so 25 and 50 are there, so that's what it will be. If the number would have been bigger than 100, then we would have taken the next multiple of 5, which is 125 also. Okay, in that case we would have taken, so 5 square, 5 cube, all those values you have to take, but here it serves the purpose. Now what you have to do in the next step is you have to add the count of multiple of 5 and the multiple of 25 which you have got, and that should give you the number of zeros which it is going to end with. So 12 zeros should be the answer for this. All right, if you have done it, it's good. Many of you might have attempted this question, I believe. But yeah, one more thing, people were trying to solve it through calculator, but the calculator was giving answer in e to the power, so it was not working. Okay, let's take the next question. It says that in a queue, each woman is preceded and followed by exactly 2 men. Which of the following is the possible number of person in the queue? Now this was a very good question actually. Okay, so if you have a woman over here, it was preceded by 2 men and followed by 2 men in the row. Okay, so this can be the smallest row possible, or this can be the smallest queue possible. How many members are there? 1 2 3 4 5 members. Okay, then you can have even bigger queue also. So again, this, if woman comes, 2 are preceding her and 2 are following her, means 2 before her, 2 after her. That's what you have to see. Now again, this is the second biggest queue which you can form. If you see this queue is again having how many members? So 5 6 7 8 members. Okay, you can again make this queue like this. So how many members you have now? 11 members you have. So you will see that always this queue is having some number of like multiple of 3, because this pattern is followed. So multiple of 3 and plus 2 more, because to end the queue you need 2 men at the end to end the queue. Okay, so that the queue ends. So basically the possible number of people, okay, the possible number of person in queue should be basically some multiple of 3 and plus 2 more factor, means 2 more value, means 2 for these 2 men, which is going to end the queue. Okay, now if you look upon these options, the first option is 39, the nearest multiple over here is 36. Okay, it's actually multiple of 3 itself. This is a multiple of 3, so this should not be the answer. Okay, this is actually the multiple of 3, right? It is divisible by 3, right? Means you can divide it by 3, so it's not the answer. 42 is also divisible by 3, that's also not the answer. 45 is also divisible by 3, that's also not the answer. 47 will be the answer, because the nearest divisible number over here is 45 and plus 2, right? So 45, you will have this type of queue till 45, and then 2 more men will be there to end the queue. So 47 should be the correct answer for this. Option D should be correct for this. Okay, I hope you understood. This was a little tricky one to solve. Fine, let's take the next question. It says, which of the following integer can never be written as sum of a square of 3 integers? Now sum of a square of 3 integers, remember that 0 is also integer. Okay, integer are like positive number, negative number and 0, but they should not be decimal. Okay, so 0 is also integer. So 6 can be written as sum of a square of 3 integers. How you are going to write that down? You can write down 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. This is 6. 2 square is 4 plus 1 is 6. You can even write down 8 also. So 8 will be 2 square plus 2 square plus 0 square. So 4 plus 4 plus 0 is going to give you 8. Okay. Even you can write down 9 also. So 9 can be written as 3 square plus 0 square plus 0 square. That will give you 9. But 7 you cannot do that like that. Okay. 7 cannot be done like that. So 7 should be the answer for this. Okay. Fine, let's take the next question. It says that if 9x square and 16y square plus 24 is the perfect square, okay, it's a perfect square number, x and y being integer, then the smallest possible non-negative value of x plus y is how much? Okay, now few things you have to consider, that x and y are integer. Okay, so x and y can be anything, it can be positive or negative both, but x plus y cannot be non-negative. Okay, it has to be non-negative according to the question. So let's take the smallest sum of both of them, that is 0. How you will achieve 0? That if x is equals to, let's say if x is equals to 1 and y is equals to minus 1, let's say this is what I have. So if I have x is equals to 1 and y is equals to minus 1, then x plus y will be 1 plus minus 1, and this will give me 0. So option A will come over there. But let me see whether after putting this am I getting a perfect square or not according to the question. So if I do that, so 9 into 1 is square plus 16 into minus 1 is square plus 24. So it becomes 9 into 1 plus 16 into 1, right, and plus 24. So 9 plus 16 plus 24, this is 49, which is a perfect square number. Square of 7 is 49. So it satisfies every condition. So that's why you can take x and y to be 1 and minus 1, and the smallest possible non-negative value will be 0. So answer will be 0 for this. Okay. Alright, let's take this question. It says that the monthly production of a commodity increases by 50% over the previous month every even month and drops by 20% every odd month. If the monthly production at the close of March was 1 ton, the production at the end of September will be how much? Let me write down the months. Okay, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I just need till September. Okay, so let me write down which are odd and even month. So January is like this. I'm just circling the odd ones with this cyan color. Okay, these are odd months, and the even month with the red colors. Okay, these are even months. Okay, these are even month, and these are odd month. Okay, so at the end of March, so you have to see that what it is said that if the monthly production at the close of March was 1 ton, so over here the monthly production was 1 ton. Okay, so in April, since it is a even month, so it would have increased, okay, increased by 50%. So increased by 50% means 1 plus 50% of 1, that will be 1.5. okay, of course, because 50% of 1 will be 0.5, and how am I doing? Let me tell you that it will be 1 plus 50% means 50 upon 100 into 1, which will be 0.5. If you add with 1, it becomes 1.5 ton. So by the end of April, it was 1.5 ton. In May, it will drop by 20%. So that means it should be 1.5 ton it was, minus 20% of 1.5, okay, which will be 1.5 minus 20 upon 100 into 1.5. okay, just you have to solve this. Now again, you can use the calculator to do it. There are two ways of doing it. Either you can subtract 20% or you can add 80%. Both of these are going to make the same thing. Okay, so that's 0.2 multiplied by 1.5, and that if you subtract, so it becomes 1.2 ton. Okay, again the next month it is going to increase, so increase 50% increase, that is going to make it 1.2 ton plus 50% of 1.2. so this will be 1.2 plus 50 upon 100 into 1.2. okay, so 0.5 into 1.2 plus 1.2, that becomes 1.8 ton, and so on, like that. Only you have to do for the other steps also. you can start calculating it. At the end you will end up getting 1.7 tons. Okay, that will be the answer for this. Every time you have to increase and then decrease. I'll do one more part for you. So here again you will do drop by 20%. For this 1.8 minus 20% of 1.8, which will become 1.8 minus 20 upon 100 into 1.8. Okay, so this is going to become that will be, yeah, so if I subtract it from, yeah, so this will be 1.44 ton. Okay, similarly next you have to increase and then again decrease. You will end up getting 1.7 ton as the final answer. Okay, fine, let's try the next question. This was again a good one. Next one, it says that chair of 3 colors are placed around a round table such that no 2 neighboring chairs have same color and no 2 pair of consecutive chair have colors in the same order. The maximum number of chair that can be so placed is how much? Okay, so what we are going to do, let us consider that yeah, so let us consider that there are 3 colors. Okay, let us consider that there are 3 colors A, B and C. Okay, so first of all we have to make sure that no neighboring, first condition is matched, that is no 2 neighboring chairs have the same color. So for that we can write down them like this. So A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, like this. Okay, this could be the order. Okay, right now I'm just doing it in the linear fashion. I'll tell you for the round also, don't worry. Now this sequence which we have just made, it is made to make sure that no adjacent chair have the same color. Okay, there is no adjacent one which have the same color. Now one more thing is there, is that like you can just keep on increasing it, but the next condition is also maintained. The next condition says that you are going to, like, you should not have the same pattern repeating. Okay, so no 2 pair of consecutive chair have the colors in the same order. Here you can see they have same order color, BC, then BC, right? They have in the same order. So now what we have to do, we, let's say if we start from A, B, C, so the next should be BCA. Okay, so BC is already common here, so we will just do BCA. Okay, then only you will see that now the chairs are not, that the pattern is also not repeated. And then we can do CAB. Okay, so you can see that now the pattern is being in a way that it is not being repeated in any way, right? Now in this way what you have to do, you have to like mark them in a circular form, right, in the form of cycle. Basically that's how you have to mark them. So if you write down this thing in the circular pattern, so we start from A, B, C. Okay, then you should not have the adjacent, it says now that no 2 neighboring chairs should have same color, so you cannot have C here. Then it says no 2 pair of consecutive chair have the colors in the same order, so same order should not be followed. So you can have CB and then you can have A. Okay, and then you can have C here. Okay, so this is how you can have. See over here, if you look upon this particular arrangement, you will find that no adjacent ones are of the same color. Okay, no adjacent is of same color and no 2 consecutive one have the same order. So total how many chairs did I place like this? So of 3 colors only I was able to place 6 chairs. Okay, so that's the maximum number of chair that you can do. You cannot exceed more than that, and that's why option number A should be your correct option. Okay, let's take the next question. It says consider the 3 configuration of steel wire for bearing a load. A is 2 wire of 1 millimeter diameter each together, B is 1 wire of 2 millimeter diameter, and C is 4 wire of 1 millimeter diameter each together. So see this load bearing capability, now load bearing capability, it is directly proportional to area of cross section, area of cross section. Now since these are the wires, so the area of cross section will be calculated, this area of cross section will be calculated by formula pi r square. So if I calculate for the first one, So because we have two wires, so that's why I'm multiplying with 2, and 1 millimeter is the diameter, so the radius will be 0.5. So it will be pi 0.5 square. Okay. For here, if I do, so since I have one wire, so 1 multiplied by pi, 2 millimeter, so the diameter is 2 millimeter, radius will be 1 square. And for this, if I do, so it will be 4 multiplied by pi, and again 1 millimeter, so 0.5 square. Okay, so if I solve this up, this will become 2 into pi and 0.25, right? And here it will be just pi, and here it will be 4 into 0.25, okay, square of this and pi, right? That's what you will get. The area, if you calculate, so this will become 0.5 pi, this will remain pi of course, and this will become 4 times of 0.25 is 1, so it is also pi. So for B and C it is equal, and for A it is smaller, so option number B is the correct option. Okay, A is smaller because the area is 0.5 pi, and B and C both have the area of pi, so that's why B and C should be equal to each other. Okay, let's take the next question. It says that a bucket has 10 liter water at 15 degrees Celsius. How much water at 50 degrees Celsius should be added to get the mixture of temperature 40 degrees Celsius? Okay, now to answer such question, you can start with this. See, you have temperature T1 and volume V1 of the first, plus temperature T2 and volume V2 of the other, and this should be equal to the final temperature multiplied by the final volume. Okay, this formula you can use. So temperature is 15, volume is 10, okay, plus the second one, temperature is 50, volume you don't know, then you have the temperature is 40, and the final volume also you don't know, right? Mixture volume you don't know, but it will be some 10 plus V2, that's what you will have. Now you have to calculate the value of V2. So this becomes 150 plus 50 V2 is equals to, if you multiply and open the bracket, it becomes 400 plus 40 V2. You can bring this side and this side, so 50 V2 minus 40 V2 is equals to 400 minus 150. So this becomes 10 V2 is equals to 250, right? So V2 becomes 25 liters. Correct option is option number C. Okay, fine. Let's take the next question. This says, in the following finite sequence of integers, how many 9s are divisible by their immediate next term? So if I have written these numbers and if they are correct, okay, then let me tell you. So you have to see the 9 whose next number can divide it. So here is, this is one of them. This 9 you cannot take because the next number is 5, which cannot divide 9. This 9 you can take because the next number is 9 and 9 can divide 9. Again, you can take this 9 also because the next number is 9, which can divide 9. This 9 you will not consider because the next number is 4, which cannot divide this 9. Okay, this 9 again you cannot take because the next number is 5, which cannot divide this 9. Coming next, so this 9 you can consider because the next number is 9, which can divide this. This 9 again you can take, next number is 3, which can divide it, and this 9 also you can take whose next number is 1, and 1 can divide 9, right? 9 times. So considering that, your answer should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Answer should be 6. Okay, that should be the answer. Okay, let's take the next question. It says, which of the following graph represents velocity versus time relation for the motion of the ball thrown upward and returning up towards the ground, remaining in the air for 10 seconds? This was the easiest question, I think. You all know that when you throw something upward, its velocity decreases first of all, right? Velocity decreases, then it stops for some time, so the velocity becomes 0, and then velocity increases when it comes back. Okay, so velocity increases. So first velocity is going to decrease, going to become 0, and then it is going to increase, which is in option number D. Option D is the correct answer for this. Okay, let's take the next question. It says that for a fair coin, okay, a fair coin is tossed 10 times, and let H and T be the number of heads and tails which you are getting. So the maximum value of H into T is how much? Okay, so 10 times you are like tossing the coin. So let's say H is, let's say you got heads one time and tail 9 times. Okay, one time and 9 times. So H into T will be how much? 1 into 9, which will be 9. Okay, if H is 2 and T is 8, in that case H into T will be 2 into 8, which will be 16. So you have to see the maximum value. So to get the maximum value, you should have the maximum value, or the difference between H and T should be smallest over there. That you will only get if H and T both are 5 5 each. Okay, in that case H cross T will be equal to 5 multiplied by 5, which will be 25, and that's option number C. Okay, you cannot get any value greater than 25 whatsoever number of times heads and tails you can take. Remember that total number of times is 10, so you can only take 6 heads, 4 tails, 7 heads, 3 tails, or vice versa, and then 8 heads, 2 tails, and vice versa. So you can check out, you will never get a number more than 25. If let's say heads are, let's say for testing we are doing, so if heads is 6 and tails are 4, then 6 into 4 will give you 24. Again, a smaller number than 25. That's why correct answer is 25. Okay, the next question says that two 1.5 liter bottle of A and B, each filled with 1 liter water. 2 packet of ORS is dissolved in A and 1 packet in B. Then B is filled completely by pouring from A. The ORS concentration of bottle A and B will be in the ratio of how much? So we have bottle A, which have 2 packet in 1 liter, right? And we have bottle B, which has 1 packet in 1 liter. So let's call this as moles. Okay, let's call this as moles. So number of moles in 1 liter is molarity. In the same way, 2 packet in 1 liter is, let's say 2. Let's give it a new unit. Let's call it a 2p. Okay, 2p. And for this it will be 1p. 2 packet 1 liter 2p, 1 packet 1 liter 1p. Okay, now because you are using, or you are adding from A, how much you will add? Because the total volume is 1.5 liter, so you are adding 0.5 liters from A to fill the bottle B, right? See, the total bottle, the bottles are total of 1.5 liters. B is already filled 1 liter, so you can only fill it by adding 0.5 liter more, right? So final concentration of B will be how much? This will be, this you can calculate by the formula, which was equal to like M1 V1, like that. Okay, so basically you already had 1p into 1, okay, that was 1 liter, and plus you are also adding how much? You are also adding 2p. How much you are adding? That 0.5 liter of that, and divide this by 1.5. okay, because the total volume is this much. So this will become how much? It will become 1p, and this will also become 1p. So 2p total divided by 1.5, or you can say 20p by 50. Okay, that's the value you will get, or 4 by 3p. That's what you will get for the final concentration of B. Now when you are finding out the ratio of A and B, so that will be A is 2p divided by 4 by 3p. Just you have to solve this now. So this is going to become 2p multiplied by 3 by 4p. This p and p can be cancelled out. This 2 can cancel out 2 times. So this becomes 3 by 2, or 3:2. Now in the question there was nothing like 3:2. You are having 2:3. So this could be the answer. Okay, although I think there is mistake. If they have considered the concentration of bottle A and B like that, they should have given it as 3:2 in the option instead of 2:3. Okay, I believe the calculation and other things are correct over here. You can do this whole thing. You can make this easier if you take it in the form of molarity. Okay, consider the concentration of A to be 2 molar, concentration of B to be 1 molar. Use the formula M1V1 plus M2V2 divided by total volume V, and like that also you will get the same thing. Okay, you can try this out. But yeah, answer should be 3:2. It's given 2:3. Let's see what the answer key or the final response sheet comes, then we can re-verify this. Okay, I remember this question, it was based upon pie chart. Now I don't remember the values of the pie chart, okay, but I remember that the answer should be B over here. It was coming 60 degrees for the given value, and when the 20% extent was done, the angle was being changed to 72 degrees, so there was a difference of 12 degrees. So in the pie chart, okay, pie chart question I'm talking about here. Okay, next question was that a person leaves for New Delhi from New York by a 20-hour flight on Monday 6 a.m., spends 10 hours in Delhi and returns to New York by a 20-hour flight on Wednesday 8 a.m. Based upon this, how much is the local time difference between New Delhi and New York? See, whatever was mentioned over here was mentioned all about New York. He started from New York on Monday 6 a.m. and he reached in New York on Wednesday 8 a.m. Okay, you can verify with the time also, it was same. So nothing was mentioned about the time in Delhi. Okay, so if the time is, you are not aware about the time in Delhi, how you can tell the local time difference between both the places? Okay, so according to me, it cannot be determined. Let's wait for the response sheet. I might have missed some terms or something. I'm not quite sure about this question, but I'm damn sure that they have not mentioned anything about the time in Delhi, as far as what I remember. Okay, so for me this should be option A, that is, it cannot be determined. Okay, taking the last question for this particular video, I only remember 18. Rest 2 questions I forgot what exactly they were. One I remember a little bit, it was based upon stairs, but then the options I don't remember exactly what were the options over there. And one more question was for girls, ratio of girls and boys, something related to that, but again the values I don't remember. So those questions I'm leaving for this particular video. I don't have an idea about that. But yeah, this was a Sudoku based question, and they were asking what will be there in the place of D, right? So the answer for this will be 3. Okay, sorry, they were asking where will be 3. Okay, that's what they were asking, that where is 3, something like that, where is 3 in the grid. Okay, something like that. So answer is D. Okay, answer will be D. So answer is D. Okay, that's what I know. You can try to solve this Sudoku. This was the Sudoku as far as what I remember. Okay, so I have written it somewhere, so that's why I can tell you that these were the values. I might have misplaced 1 or 2, but I think all of them are correct only. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope that 18 questions were discussed. I hope almost like many of the questions which we have attempted were covered in this particular video. I hope you liked the video as well. Please do let me know in the comment section if you have any question, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye, take care.